Hi, good afternoon. For the past many days, I have not been updating any targets because I have tried to, maintain all the targets in a personal diary. So, and also because I got busy with a lot of updates and a lot of things were happening. So, personally, I was not in a frame of mind to recordically uh, document what all was happening in my life. Basically, that was the issue. I mean, I was not busy or anything, but personally was in a slump phase, so I had no idea what I was doing. So, uh, you know, like I don't know, due to circumstance, I could not record any video, and things were also not going that well. So, uh, that is the update and reasons for not like noting it down. And also, like, this is not a video for anything. This is just a video journal with me looking at life ahead and uh, trying to find a solution to the pain points that I'm facing right now. It's more of a venting out or a rant than an actual solution-oriented video because in civil service you always say that you have to always be solution-oriented. But considering the problems that I'm facing, I don't know what solution I can come up with. But I'm trying all possibilities. So, moving on to the first issue, again is the job search because I have been uh, tremendously applying for various jobs ever since my mains got over. So from October, October my NABARD mains got over, which I could not clear. So after that, I have been frantically searching for jobs. So again, due to lot of rejections that are coming my way, I'm a bit low in confidence also. This is a major issue. Coming to my job search, like initially it was only a plan B. Now I have plan C, plan D also. So plan A was the civil service examination, but again, interview for me or the personality test that is for me it was a good experience, but I have no idea how my performance was. Like I had a lot, I like looking back, there have been a lot of issues from my end, mostly due to slip of tongues and answering in a hurry, I think because there were one question in which I was supposed to say NCB, Narcotics Control Bureau, but instead I said NCRB, then Crime Records Bureau. So those kind of slip of tongue, I still am not sure. Maybe it is me over exaggerating or you know over picturizing. So I'm not very sure about that, but I feel certain mistakes of that sort have happened in my interview. But again, at that time, it was not a major issue, or they did not point out or anything, or maybe they would have understood what I meant or something like that. But some issues like that have actually happened in my interview. So, like for me, it was a good experience. I went in happily and came out happily. But looking back, there are some issues that I have done, and like one wrong answer also I told them. So again, back to square one, very uncertain with this interview. And last time, what I feel the mistake I made was I did not look back. So I have a video ready as to how my experience was, like which I recorded on the day of the interview. So I have a sort of first-hand idea of how the interview actually went. The mistake last time I did after my personality test was I did not record and I was like full chill and I did not look back or assess my performance and I was under the impression that I did well and I was hoping to be on the list. But only when the mark came did I understand that it did not go as I expected. So this time that is not there. So like last time is kind of like Chandrayaan 2 and 3. So Chandrayaan 2 it was all like fully aimed at 100% success. So it was fully optimistic looking. But this time like unfortunately the mission also could not deliver expected result. But then this time what they did was they looked at all the failure situation. I feel my attempt is also like that. So this time I am not like I have like 0% expectation of getting in because that is only the safe way because like nowadays when I even hear the word hope it kind of kills me because optimism is almost completely out of my life at the moment. So I do not know, like I do not have any hopes for plan A. Obviously, because like it is not up to you. Like whatever I could do, I always feel that whatever I could do in that moment, I did it. I gave my 100%. Maybe there were some mistakes here and there. Like I feel it is no, not normal, but I hope they feel it. I mean, again, I hope I cannot put that word in my conversation again. So, like, but like it could be completely different for them. So, again, very uncertain, and I have no idea what is going to happen or the result. So, I am mentally or personally expecting nothing out of my interview, and I am expecting to like I am preparing my mind to go down, so it is okay, it is fine, so that I do not get hurt like I got hurt last time. So last time, since like if you have high hopes and you expect something, and you suddenly the entire world comes crashing down to you with a result, with you also not having a backup plan. So I don't want to go that way this time. So like whatever happens, I am ready to accept the result. It is fine. So plan A, it continues to be uncertain, and again 2 months is left. So again, these are some of the structural issues when it comes to the system of recruitment that currently exists in our country. We feel everything is great and well oiled and run and all those things, but see the personality test for me happened last month, but then next 3 months I have no idea what to do, and the problem with that I will come to now. So the thing is, I have been frantically searching for a plan B. Even just 10 days before my personality test, I have been giving interviews and writing government exams and appearing for private interviews also. So now the issue with this is, first I'll come to the private sector. So I gave a lot of consulting, like interviews in consulting companies. There, the issues that I faced is, first, I do not have, skills that they require. So I gave various case study rounds, which I very badly performed in. Like the moment I gave the interview, I understood that I was not going to go ahead with this. But then I like asked them, I told them that, I do not know these things, and I try to learn. So this is something that I'm currently focusing on. So private sector, first is the consulting interviews which have not gone well. And secondly, what used to happen is, uh, like when they go through my resume, like they will obviously come across the, uh, like I have 2, 3 months gap in between my previous job, like the time I took for mains preparation and the job I used to do like till a month back. So they will come to that point and then they'll ask me what happened, and the discussion will go to the civil services exam. And then what used to happen is, uh, eventually it will go down to the fact that I appeared for interview. And then what they would say is, we'll wait for the result. And because for them it is like not a very risky investment investing in me, because they expect either a 50% chance of me getting in or a 50% chance of me going out. So it is a very risky investment trying to hire me, because I'm still awaiting my results. So they'll say that, we'll consider your application later, and then they'll be done with it. But the reality is that they will never get back to that application again. So because of this uncertainty in CSE, there is a hit I am taking in my private sector interviews also. Like one is obviously due to my lack of skills, that is creating an issue. And secondly, this uncertainty in the result is actually, so if I knew that maybe if I'm not getting in, then I could directly tell them and be done with it and go forward. But this is not happening, and because of that, uh, my interviews are also, I'm sorry about that, interviews are also taking a hit, and like especially when it comes to HR round. And secondly, I gave an interview with a political consultancy firm as well. So again, the issue was, they saw that I had age. So for them, what they required was 100% commitment to their cause. I mean, and naturally, as any company would expect. So they asked me to sign an undertaking that I will not give any further attempts to UPSC. So I did give that undertaking, but then again when it came to the HR round, they saw that I had just given 3 attempts, and since I am relatively young, so they saw that I had age in my hand as well as a number of attempts in my hand. So 3 more attempts was there. So what they told me was, you have this. So we do not think that you will give your 100% to this firm. So like I was ready to give any explanation or any commitment that they want, but they were not ready to take me. And again, in the HR round, this did not go through. So that is again, I feel, related to the uncertainty in the hiring process and the recruitment system because like see, the government is coming up with schemes like the public disclosure schemes and all. But for me, honestly, or to any of my friends who have appeared for the interview and who are again battling unemployment, the issue is that there are public disclosure schemes and things like that, but so far from 2023 interview, I personally have not come across any person or any company who have come for hiring based on our marks in the previous interview. Like not even a single company has opened itself to candidates like us. That's the first thing. And secondly, since our data and all these details are on the net, I will tell you from one incident that personally happened to me when I was giving my ICICI interview. The HR, sorry, like when I was giving my interview for another multinational company, the HR actually went to this public disclosure form and found that I had been appearing for civil services interview, and based on that, they rejected the application. So, a thing that was meant to give other opportunity finally ended up denying opportunities for candidates. So that is what is actually happening. And because our data and all these things are on the net, coaching institutes are taking our number, our mail ID, mailing us. Even candidates are, without our permission, taking our mail ID and all those details with our consent, and spamming the mail and all. So that is fine. I mean, it is okay. Like you can do that, and I understand the need also. But the thing is, there are various unintentional consequences only that is happening, and the intended benefits are not reaching the candidates, which is a major concern. So again, these are all to do with like I like this. Maybe it is 50% my fault. I completely accept that because some case interviews I've done very badly. So that could be the reason for me my getting rejection. But from what HR conversation I had, there is like a really important factor that CSE is also playing. And again, there's nothing. I'm not blaming anybody because it is completely my choice and the decisions I took, and it is completely on me. But there are structural issues which, if by some chance, is addressed, then it could make life better for a lot of people. So that is all to do with the private sector part. I'm continuing to apply for more companies, but again, the issue that I'm facing is a definite lack of skills because whichever roles I have been in so far, those have been generalist roles. But right now, the uh, roles that are coming up are mainly in data analytics, business analytics, or product management. For both of which I do not have the skill. So they require Python, AI, SQL, then Protman, so Adobe, etc. Various software that you are required to know. So my inclination, even from my engineering days, was not towards coding, and I specifically did not sit for my IIT placement interview like placement session because I was not interested in coding after having done a core electrical engineering degree. So now looking back again, if I have to start learning coding, I can do that, but I personally do not uh, feel that I don't know how to put it in words. I like I like it does not match my values to again go into learning coding because that was something that I left, and I knew that it was not my forte. So like again stepping into somewhere where I have absolutely no idea or inclination just for the sake of getting a job, as of now it does not make any sense for me, and it will be a very tough decision, and both logically as well as from a personal emotional level to go back into learning coding and sitting for interviews. And I know for a fact that 3 months or 4 months of training will not get me enough skills to compete with the personal professionals who are currently on the lookout for other jobs as well as who are on the market. So that is actually a very big issue that is happening, but let's see how it goes. And for government, again, uh, the United India Insurance Company interview is scheduled for me. next week. So that is something I hope will go through. But again, hope like currently I'm not even I'm like very afraid to say the word hope because it can be that dangerous. So that is something that is there in the with me currently. But again, the selection for this is very dicey because they only have like 100 vacancies or something like that in total, and there's a lot of applicants, like all of them coming from the banking sector itself. So that is one thing. And another option that I have considered and I even explored to some extent was RBI and SEBI. So RBI results have come like a last week, I mean around a week back, and having spoken to people who have appeared in interview again, they tell me that it is almost not to that level, but it is again an unpredictable issue. I mean exam. Uh, so I'm aware of that, but again, my issue with RBI and SEBI is that there is maybe SEBI to an extent you gain a lot of skill when it comes to commerce, capital markets, accountancy, and all those things. But issue with RBI is that again it is a very generalist kind of exam. Maybe some finance skills you learn, but it's a very generalist kind of exam. And maybe if you give 6 to 7 months to it, you like stand to gain nothing from it in terms of a skill or value addition perspective because see market is always looking at people who are skilled and who are professionals, but on that level again I feel that RBI may not give me enough returns on that level. Again it will be similar to me giving another attempt at the civil service exam. So like see I'm not against learning a lot of new things and reading up a lot of things, but uh, you will stand to earn from it only if you can get something from the market based on the skills you acquire. So on that front, I'm very sad to say that civil service examination it may build you up as a person, an individual, etc. But as a professional, I feel that you stand to earn like very less by writing the civil service examination. And I have the same fears when it comes to writing for RBI and SEBI also, because I feel that as a professional, I'm not gaining anything from that. So again, that is some an issue that is uh, making me stay away from the RBI and SEBI examination at the moment. But I don't know, like I may need to take further consultation from friends who have written and see a plan ahead. But right now, I'm not currently proceeding unless I have a permanent job. So I feel that maybe in a permanent job, I can utilize that gain, time that I have free as a knowledge building exercise for preparing for other exams. So as a knowledge addition, preparing for all these examination makes sense. But to get a job and perspective, RBI and SEBI, it takes a lot of time also. I mean, maybe half the time as the civil service examination, but to get a job and to get back into the market, currently, I feel RBI and SEBI are, not the options for me going forward. So only after me landing a solid job, I'll think about either CSE or SEBI again. So my first priority will be to get a job. And another door that my parents also have opened before me is that they told me that you can apply to different. So I am an MBA in finance from a tier one college itself. So from an IM that is. So my parents have asked me whether if I could start applying to colleges nearby, MBA colleges or BBA colleges nearby as a guest lecturer or a visiting faculty. But so one day I looked up on Google Map and applied to almost 30 to 35 plus colleges nearby, but not even one college has come back to me with an offer or with any sort of acknowledgement. So this is also currently, again, I do not understand the issue here because on a qualification level, I feel I have what it takes. I have publications also, and I have almost 3 to 3.5 years of work experience. So I do not understand the reason why colleges are reluctant to take me or at least get back to me. So plan C also very dicey at the moment. And as a last resort, I have started applying to various, like various coaching centers that teach for UPSC, not as a faculty because I personally do not, from the bottom of my heart, I feel that I am a person who have not been able to clear this examination so far. So it does not make sense for me to prepare, like help candidates in preparing for UPSC as a teacher or a mentor or anything. So no, I will not. I have a professional commitment, personal commitment that I will not take up, mentor roles because see, I feel I can only mentor if I have done something and I'm worthy enough. So currently, what I do is for CAT, I teach students whenever I'm free. So that I feel I get that confidence and that initiative because I have cleared CAT and I have studied in an IIM. So I have legitimacy in offering my services. But currently in UPSC, I do not have that. So for faculty, like some institutes came to me for faculty and mentor roles, but I have not gone ahead with that. So because personally, it does not align with my values. So that is close right now. But instead, another opportunity is that I apply to different institutes. If there are some managerial positions that are there as a academic head or some content head or some content manager or something like that. So to different institutes I have applied, but here also again nothing. So far nothing I have received. So plan D is also. Dicey, yeah, yeah. So again, just an update. No, I wouldn't say nothing. I have received one. So where I'm currently working now, which I'll come to. So, but that again came unexpected, but not from the thing I applied per se. So this is also not going so well. So plan A, B, C, D, everything is currently dicey. Now, the second major update that is happening is that I had to change my job. So I was working part time at a firm, not part time, like semi full time, I can say, where I was teaching students who were preparing for CAT, etc. But then again, that job I feel is that it is not permanent, and again, institute is kind of like reached the stage where it was taking its uh, where it was its staff for granted. They were delaying salaries and all those things. So a lot of issues on that front came. So I decided that it does not make sense for me to stay there anymore because see, an institute should value its firstly its customers and secondly its staff because they are the pillars on which anything is based. And if the promoters start going overboard, then it feels like there's no value for the services that the staff is offering. So because of that I had to change, and currently and because of that I had to take a salary hit also. So because of that and I don't want to depend on my parents. I want like throughout I have always like it's not like my parents have asked me to keep on working or anything, but I feel I have some self-worth and value when I am also earning. Just to give you an example, like last month, a friend of mine got married. So, like maybe it's a bit extravagant, but all my other plans, all friends plan to give him a very expensive gift. Uh, I could only contribute because maybe so that gift, all those things, like is maybe perfectly normal compared to their social status and what they are earning because my friends are currently working as associates, vice presidents, etc. in various companies and they are earning like six digits, some even maybe in the like other half of six digit salaries, all these things, etc. So it could be reasonable for them, but for a person like me, I could not afford that gift. I could afford that gift only because I was doing a job. Otherwise, I like from on my social, front also, I would have to skip all these function and remain isolated throughout my life. So that is one luxury that this job offers. That it prepares you to face your social circle confidently. So that is one thing. So currently to get that to get my salary at par with what I was earning, I'm currently doing three part-time jobs, and one of them is at an institute that teaches for UPSC. So what I'm doing is I'm working as the content manager there, like coordinating with various teams to prepare content question papers and all those things. So we have a content team who do that. I'm just coordinating all these the team who are doing that. So that is currently my job, and in addition to that, I'm doing two part-time jobs also. So that is all related to this thing. And I am looking also at other options. So I have invested almost 2 hours preparing for sociology just to write this examination. Not two actually, like it's coming to 3 years now. So I was thinking about registering for ICNU for a master's in sociology because see, candidates like us, we are giving everything to UPSC, but we are not even getting anything back. So maybe like UPSC can think of something like, if you have a certain score, like maybe 230 or 250 in your options, they could give you a diploma or some kind of recognition to the fact that you have reached that level. But currently, there's nothing like that. So again, my only option right now to actually make the effort that I put into sociology count is to apply for a master's degree and get it from ICNU. So I have to apply for ICNU. And secondly, I also have to look at various professional courses for which I am shortlisting, like value based courses like product management, digital marketing, data analytics. Again, I'm not very sure about this. I'm consulting my friends who are in these domains to as to how to proceed with this, and also finance. Like CFA is something that I cannot afford at the moment, so finance is may have to take a backseat. But just to get a job, I feel at least one of these four I have to do. But again, I do not have much clarity in this, which I need to think about and move forward. And the third item on this list is a huge source of confusion for me is what to do with the next attempt. So as I said, my personality test got over last month, and it's been more than 1 month, actually more than 1 month. And so far, I've done nothing when it comes to preparing for CSE. So I've been like applying to different companies, learning case studies, doing finance related stuff, then like preparing for some other exams and all those things. So like I have done not even read the newspaper on most days. Again, something that I plan to do but not been able to accomplish so far. See, this is like just being brutally honest because like as most people, I also have like very big audacious goals, but like any average person, I also end up doing nothing. But again, uh, there's no point in moving onward with life if you don't have goals. But again, that implementation part I'm severely lacking, which I need to do. So the other issue coming to the point is what to do with the next attempt. So finally, I have come to this. I have registered for next year's attempt. I've applied for it, but your application doesn't count unless you actually sit for the examination. So currently, my stand is that unless I have a permanent job, I will not sit for next attempt. So this is the thing that I have decided. So if I do not get this time, that is a goodbye between me and UPSC because I have given so much to it. I may be this close or something like that, but if I do not get this time, it doesn't make sense for me to, you know, do like part-time job adds very little value when it comes to your resume, and most of the time when I sit for company interviews, companies do not actually end up acknowledging it also. So I have to look at a permanent job, and if I do not get this time, my plan at the moment is that I will not be giving further attempts. So that's a goodbye between me and civil service examinations. So, I mean, maybe two interviews or something like that in 3 attempts, but I cannot, take this hit any longer because, it's kind of like a toxic relationship only. You are this close, you do that, you do this, but it's again coming back to the same phase. And people are only looking at the, hunky and dory side of things, like all the sunshine and all those things. But there's a huge, gap and huge issue that is in this reality because maybe like if I was looking at myself as an interview candidate 2 years back, I would think of myself, I would see myself in high regard. But the 3 months from my interview till the result come, I have absolutely nothing to do, and companies are also not open to recruiting me. So what will I do in this thing? So again, I have no option but to come back to the civil service interview. That is the only place, I mean, industry. That is the only place where there is some kind of opportunities left for people like me. that also with this much work experience. So that is an issue. So I have taken this conscious decision that either if I don't get this time, definitely I'm not going to write, or like I'll try to get a permanent job, and in the job I will write. But again, like I know from my experience, my first mean that I was in a like full permanent job and I wrote mains, but I could not clear because mains, from my understanding, requires at least 2 to 3 months of dedicated preparation, and that needs to be repeated every year because otherwise it is very tough to clear. My first mains I could not clear because I like for them maybe 3 to 4 hours only I could devote on a full-time basis to preparing writing answers, and that is the reason why I could not clear mains in my first attempt. And a second attempt also I had issues because I could get leave for only 1.5 to 2 months around that time. So 1 month again I had issues. So that is the thing. And this time like I got leave for 3 months. So I felt I could give an okay attempt, but again I have no issue. My GS3 and all did not go as expected. So I do not know. So my current plan is that I will not give next attempt if I don't get this time, and or like I should get some job, and it's fun, and this chill ride is over for me. I will. So the thing is, if I get a job now, there's absolutely zero guarantee that I will, no guarantee that I will get 3 months leave next time. So uh, next attempt, if I get a job, I have to do with the job. I will not get leave. I know that, and do it. So that is it. And the fourth point is that my relationship with my family is also taking a hit because like I like as I mentioned, just taking at the MBA colleges, I applied to 35 plus MBA colleges and received like zero thing, like all 35 rejections. So when you are facing so much rejection, and again, so this is just to MBA colleges. Like I have, if you can just see my mailbox, I have applied to more than 200 plus people asking for referrals and job application in this 4 to 5 months. But I have not received any kind of update or anything like that. So since you are facing so much rejections on a daily basis, self-confidence is low, and your emotional, that uh, uh, well-being also takes a hit, and this is affecting my relationship with my family. So yesterday I had to fight with my parents. So what happened was I've not been going to gym also for past 2 3 days. So I just to look to know about opportunities. I called one of my friends who is working in an MNC, and I was just walking, so talking to him. Like I called multiple people, and I reached home late because I did not want to sit home and sulk. So I was just walking here and there, and I reached home late. And my parents were like, yeah, they just casually asked me to come home from earlier from next time onward. But I really confronted them. I lost my cool, and I started shouting at them. So this is actually affecting my emotional well-being also. So I like looking back at the episode, it's completely my fault. I mean, they like there have been issues of lot of violence, drug cases, etc. that is happening in Kerala right now. So they may have seen the news and they have gotten concerned, and that is why they told this to me. But for me, like I, blew up my fuse and I started, shouting and all those things. And like that, like see, my parents have been my only pillars who have been supporting me throughout these 3 attempts. But even then, like I, my action signified no gratitude for their effort. So very concerned with that, and I feel that see, it's 90% my problem, and 10% it is due to circumstance that I'm in, and that circumstance 10% I'll completely put the blame on civil service. Again, that is my thing only, but I do not want to remain in that sort of stage again because my self confidence is down, and because of my self confidence is down, my self control and self awareness is also down, and that is coming out as all this emotional outbursts at innocent people. So I don't want that to happen. That is not me, and that is not my personality also, and I want to stay away from some such circumstances again. So that's again, coming to the reasons for that is the general loss of confidence and loneliness and bouts of isolation because So my current work is also completely on a work from home basis because I have to contact the content team and get things from them. So I can only do it in a remote way. So morning to evening, I'm alone at home. I have my dog, so we two are the only people. Like I is the only living thing that currently I know I've been seeing day on a daily basis for the last few months. So loneliness and isolation, again, those are, very relevant issues that I'm facing, and because of that, my confidence is also low because of, rejections and uncertainty with life and all those things that's happening. And the fifth issue is that I'm not studying also. So UPSC, why I'm not studying, civil service, why I'm not studying is that I do not see it adding any value. So currently, my only focus is on getting a permanent job and to, get back at my career. So I do not see civil service examination as a means to improve my career anymore. Because again, if I have to get a decision from that, I have to wait till April end, and that also like I am 90%, like there's only maybe 10% chance, not even 10% chance, like less than 10% chance of me getting it. So on the hindsight, on the optimistic side, if you look at it, there is 50% chance you get in, 50% chance you go out. But actually, if you look at the maths, there is only less than 10% chance that any candidate from a general category, can go in, get into not even this, but any candidate can actually get into this thing. So there is a very remote chance of me getting into civil service examination, and I do not want to, devote more of my time. Rather, I would. So as a manager, we always invest in things that, gets us returns and rewards. So, see, we talk about all this Nishkama Karma and all those things. I feel that is a very, capitalistic philosophy. So, capitalists want the workers to work without expecting any reward. But, see, those kind of things do not actually happen in real life. Unless you see some result of your work, how will you be motivated? So, we have all this motivation theory. For on all of that, some kind of reward, at least on a material level or a non-material level, should be there for anyone to be interested in working so far. That is basic common sense and basic logic. So, for some reward that may come sometime without any expectation. See, we are not robots to keep working. We are human beings with, emotions and with expectations, with hope, and with all these aspects. And like maybe like there are exceptional people, but for a normal person like me, I want to see the result of the work that I put in. And if I don't see that, like any rational and logical person, I will look at the next best alternative, because see, we need to put food into our mouth to survive, and we cannot keep depending on our parents. We have to be independent and we have to find our own path. So after a point, if the thing is not yielding any reward, I will not study anymore. That is an emotional reluctance also that has come into my head, and for that reason, I do not see any point in preparing anymore. So civil service, right now I'm not studying. Again, the same issue with RBI. I was seeing that as a plan B, but looking back again, the all the unpredictabilities of this examination are there in RBI, and even notification for next time's RBI has not come. So when it will come, and some people are saying this time RBI will not call also. RBI grade A is going to happen or something like that. So again, it's full uncertainty. Like we have zero guarantee whether our efforts are going to reap some dividends or something like that. So I do not feel any, and the most important thing, like skill building. So market skills we are not acquiring from any of this preparation. I don't want to sit in a room, study for 14, 15 hours anymore, without any guaranteed reward for the effort that I'm putting in. Because the issue with, this 14, 15 hours of preparation per day that we are putting in, so it's not on a daily basis, but at least the time of means that used to be the schedule of most aspirants who are writing means. Not the 14, 15, maybe 13. 13, 14 on an average, people put in. And I have seen people doing that. And I myself have also done it on various occasions. And the thing is, like when you are doing that, your other skills are going less. So I used to be okay when it comes to finance and understanding of consulting issues and cases and all this. So personally, I have won like various case competitions when I was doing my MBA from IIM. So But when I was doing that case, I had like zero idea. So what I'm seeing is that since I'm out of touch with it, my other skills are actually going down. My networking skills, my communication skills, my soft skills, all those things are actually going down. It's not a issue of me devoting 13 hours, but because of that, my other skills are going down. I am actually like seeing that. So I do not want that to happen, like as a priority. So that is again the issue, and that is coming down to the last issue where there is a lack of skills. So this also needs to be addressed, about which I am, considering all these courses as a solution to address that. Uh, so that is a brief about life post personality test. I don't know when results are coming, but I wish the best to all the candidates. And like I do not know how the system works or anything, but I hope that only the best person will win. And I'm genuinely happy for people who get through, and they may have done their very best, and because of that they got in. It's completely fine. I acknowledge my result, like whatever be the case, so it's fine. But one thing for a fact is that even 2 months before, I am looking at what life outside of UPSC is, and for that reason, I'm happy. And coming to the other things that I was supposed to do, reading books. I read one book and I am halfway through another book, and between that I'm reading, I started reading one more book also. So just to get back to habits and all those things, I've been trying to read, but not to a good extent. Another thing that I've been doing is working out since I got a new friend in the gym. So we both have been like going really like pushing each other like hell, and gym has been going really well. So like I took a 2 days break last week so that I could visit my grandmother. So uh, working out has been going so well, but to past 3 4 days I've been out of track, which I know I will be getting into track very soon, and that is okay. But again, eating and diet has been a bit off of late, but again, I know that with effort I can get this back on track. Another thing I've been looking at is I've been trying to learn dancing because I am obviously getting a lot of free time, but my body after playing all this football and working out is very stiff. So only dance form that currently like some kind of sync I'm getting is Bangla. So since I've like among I've tried various things, but this was the only thing that I was finding somewhat easier. So that's okay. And newspaper also, I am currently reading the Malayalam newspaper. And I'm collect like as you can see, IE is there, Indian Express. What I'm doing is I'm collecting all the editorials and keeping it separately so that I can just read it if I feel like reading it. So that is happening. And some more books also I'm reading. So newspapers also maybe 30% uh, of what I mean of my expected thing. So that's pretty much it when it comes to life nowadays. I know, like this is not for anybody that I'm recording. I'm just recording it as a video journal so that I can go back to this and see, um, track what is actually happening and just be updated of what is going through my mind. And hopefully, after venting out so much, I have some more clarity with how to proceed in the next 1 month. So the previous video was the plans for February. I know for a fact that I'm not even 20% close to what I planned for this month, but it's okay. That is how life is. I'm ready to face all the uncertainties and things like that, and prepare. I'm prepared to come up, or grow stronger. So that's all related to this. If anybody is listening, and then I mean it's obviously not for anybody listeners, but if someone is listening, I wish them the best day ahead, and the best in their life ahead. So that's all from my side. If anyone is listening, thank you so much for listening. But more important to me, this was more important so that I could just record my thoughts. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much.